Good evening, people of the internet.
Hello.
Tis I, Becky. Tis Jackie. We're just both needing motivation to get shit done. So, I mean, impromptu productivity sprint tonight. So, feel free to join us and get shit done. Whatever that.
Shit meaning the same thing I've been doing all day is reading my book.
Whatever that means to you.
Cool.
You gotta read some books. You gotta fold laundry. You gotta edit something.
I do have to actually put away laundry, but that's in my room.
You gotta make dinner. You gotta take a shower.
Already did that.
We're just here for whatever you need to get done.
Is that your dinner tonight, kiddo?
Yeah.
Tonight, maybe. Okay.
Monica is here.
I can make that other thing tomorrow night. Let's make it after bowling.
Laundry can wait. I actually I still need to fold my laundry, but what I do is I wash all my laundry and I fold all the socks and underwear and pajamas and stuff, and then I just lay the shirts out until I get all the laundry done, and then I have one of those little folder things that you know.
Nice.
And so I spend, once I get everything folded and put away, then once all the shirts are done, then I spend, 10 minutes folding shirts. That's my laundry routine.
I just sit on the floor and fold.
Hi, Lily. When the Moon Hatched. I hope you enjoy it. I read it. I was kind of meh about it. It got 3.5 stars.
I'm still reading The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell, but I only have 40 pages left. But 40 pages in this book takes a while because there's no fucking dialogue. There is, but there's not a lot.
I just give up. As You Desire. Is that a contemporary romance, Monica, or is that a historical romance? What is that? I'll probably read the second book in When the Moon Hatched because I bought the audio for it. So I'll probably listen to the second book. But this time I will wait for my library to get a copy before I spend money on it. And I have so many, I don't have so many things. I just have things I need to do tonight. I need to edit videos. I need to start reading this book. I'm sorry, cat. Do you want the book back to lay on? My cat is by me. She wants to lay on my book. So that's what I'm hoping to get done today. Oh, well, that's cool. It's a historic.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got hers from the library. That's smart. Chapter 2. How are you feeling about it at chapter 2? It took me a while to get into it. I'm not going to lie. But there did become a point where I got somewhat more invested in the story. I think once the romance kicked in, that's when I got invested in the story a little bit more. But yeah. We're going to try not to go off the rails and chit-chat too much today, Jackie. We're actually going to try and be productive.
I'm good with that. I mean, you got to understand something. Last night I partied with my friends for my friend's birthday, and Jackie got a little drunk.
Yeah.
So Jackie was up naturally at 5:45 in the morning because that makes fucking sense. So I've been up all day literally just reading and laying on my couch. Mm-hmm. So that's what I have to do today. Tomorrow is when I get to do a lot of my worky work, finish taking down my Christmas decorations, which you are helping me with. My daughter's over here. So if you see me look over here and point or glare or just look disdainingly at her, that's her.
My thriller girly trying to get into fantasy. Whew. And When the Moon Hatched is where you're starting. That's ambitious. I don't think When the Moon Hatched is epic fit. It's not the worst place to start. It's just it's a world that has a lot of the author built it from the ground up. So that is ambitious. Do you have any fantasy books to recommend to Lily?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, if you're coming from a thriller background, definitely go with Empire of the Vampire, because you have the thriller aspect, but then you have a high fantasy, and then you also have some romance in there, and there's dark. Um,
Mm,
it's a fat one. It's a chunky bastard, but it's really good. It was my book of the year 2 years ago.
I'm trying to think if I know of any fantasies that I've read that have like a thriller aspect to it.
Yeah. Um,
Oh.
fantasy thrillers. Yeah, all I can think
I'm
of
still
right now
thinking.
is
Oh, you got to go to the beach. That's cool.
nice.
I haven't been to the beach since, I don't know, August maybe?
July. Um,
Mm. I'm still trying to think of thrillers,
yeah.
fantasy thrillers. I don't know.
Well, this is kind of stretching it, but Slewfoot. I mean, it's a more of a historical thriller, but there is like that thriller mystery element to it. But you do have like this dark ambience attached to it.
Yeah, but that's not a fantasy.
I know it's not a fantasy, but it is around. It has fantastical elements in it for sure, but it's based in like lore and stuff like that. So
It's more
it's
paranormal.
yeah, it's paranormal.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy comes from nothing in a little hole in the ground.
She said that
It's
one's
fantastic though. Yeah,
It is.
it's
It's
good.
really good.
It's great.
Most of the fantasies I read are like, action adventure type. They're not really
Yeah.
thrillers.
Ooh, there is one fantasy book that I did really enjoy. But it's more just fantasy based, but it is what is it called? Hold on, I gotta look it up. Because I'm nowhere
What
near my
about
books.
Monica? I'm the wrong person to ask about thrillers because I am not a thriller girly. And so there's very few like thrillers I even enjoy. But for a thriller fantasy, I got nothing.
If just straight thriller, I just read The Fury by Alex McLeod's. That was actually really good. That was definitely interesting. Kept me on my seat. Frida McFadden's boyfriend, I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed that one.
I feel like Frida McFadden's like a really popular thriller.
Yeah, she is.
My favorite thriller is called Screams You Hear by James Morris. But that's a thriller. That's not even. It's like a paranormal thriller, kind of. Not fantasy.
Jonathan French wrote it. What the hell is it called?
Lily liked the boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So, a fantasy book. It's a little bit thriller-esque with some magical elements in it too. The Lotland series. The first book is called The Grey Bastards. It's kind of taking Sons of Anarchy and putting it with World of Warcraft and kind of marrying it together.
I swear I remember hearing you talk about that at one point or another.
Yes. Yeah. There is a lot of Sons of Anarchy references, but while he's doing the Sons of Anarchy references, that's really fucking annoying after a while because don't get me wrong, I love that show. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the end all to motorcycle MCs. But while he's doing all these very, very obvious ones, there's this underlying story that he's like shooting in. And by the time you realize that you're done with the motorcycle references and the Sons of Anarchy references, you're just like, I'm about to, I can't because I'm sucked into this fucking book because he did this sleight of hand thing. So that's another really good fantasy one. I enjoyed it. And it's a trilogy, a completed trilogy. So
there you go. All right, let's start strong, Jackie.
yes.
I set a timer for 35 minutes.
All right, let's see if I can bust out these 40 pages in that time frame.
Let's hope.
Yep.
All right, 35 minutes. See you on the other side. Oh, shut up, stupid thing. Here we go. You were.
Hello.
Welcome back. How'd you do?
I'm almost done. Almost.
So close. Hi, Elena.
Hello.
I read a whole 22 pages.
I read like 24, so still have a little ways to go.
But I did get a video all ready to export, so
there you go.
that's good. Now I just gotta wait for the next reading sprint to export it.
Sounds good.
How many pages do you have left in your book?
One more of this chapter.
Didn't you say you only had 40?
Yeah, I think I only had like 40. So, I think like 20, 21, 22, depending, because I'm at 399 right now. So 21.
Is that one of your TBR books?
Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, so I'm glad about that. And then I've got an arc that I need to start. I already started it, but truth be told, I'm 15 pages in, and like I said, I don't like the writing. I think this needs to have a couple more one-overs, but I want to at least get a chunk of it done so I can honestly say that, because it's a readsy book. So
yeah, I have an arc that I started. It's a witchy arc, and like when I'm reading it, I'm not like loving it, but when I'm reading it, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm making progress, and then I'll look down and I'll be like, you're at 12%. I'm like, Jesus.
yeah, that's how this book is. Like, you'll be in it reading, and you're just reading, and you're like, I only read 15 fucking pages. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
But like in those 15 pages, like so much shit happened. Because I mean, like, these are the pages. Like, they're full.
Yeah.
Yeah, margins are small, font is tiny.
And with no dialogue? Oh my God.
Well, there is dialogue. Don't get me wrong, there is dialogue, but there's not a lot. A lot of it is like,
I would die.
like on this page alone, this one right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spoken things. Everything else is descriptive on this one page.
I feel like I have to burp.
Yeah. So
there we go.
But I mean, it's a guy. I don't want to say it's a guy's fantasy, because that's stupid. But it's like an old school fantasy, I think, because like the way it reads, it's very political motivated. It's very war machinations. There is like some romance in here, but it's all fade to black. And it's more just kind of very, very subtle, very subtle. And on top of it, it's this character telling the story. So you have this kind of flashback motif that happens in there too.
It does not sound like a book I would enjoy.
It's good though. It is good though. So I enjoy it. I plan on picking up the other 2 books to complete it.
The girl's name in this book, I thought this was an adult. I feel like this actually is YA, but I felt like I bought it because I thought it was adult. But it's reading very YA. Her name is Elodie, Elodie. Elodie? I don't know. I hate her name, so I'm just calling her Ellie.
There you go.
Because it's so stupid.
All the names in this: Arthur, Guinevere, Lancelot, Galahad, and Durfell. Those are the only fucking names I can pronounce.
That's because you've heard them before.
Exactly. But there's names in here. Like,
what is a Dr. Drew raspberry tea drink? Oh, Dr. Brew.
There is.
I'm like, did Dr. Drew recommend?
There's a name, and this is the spelling of the name, okay? Gorfyddyd.
What?
Yeah. Gorfidid died. Gorfidid? I don't fucking know. Gorf is what I'm calling him.
Does it not have a pronunciation guide in it?
Oh, no. No.
Oh, speaking of when I was telling you that this book has like a whole language made up out of it.
Yeah.
So it does that dumb thing where the character, like the language is written. So the character is saying it.
Yeah.
Like I can't fucking pronounce it. It's some made up damn language. And
Yeah.
then it'll just translate it to English. And it'll be like, he said, I'm like, what's the point of putting that in the book then? Yeah. What's the point? You can't even tell me if this was on audio, the audio narrators would, how the fuck are they supposed to know how to pronounce this? It's a made up language. So if the reader doesn't know how to pronounce it, and then you're just going to translate it to English a sentence later, why put it in there?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Hi, William. Thanks for tuning in. I'm getting lots of new people tonight. What is up with that? I'm never.
Because it's Saturday night.
Don't we sometimes have lives on Saturdays, like reading sprints or lives?
No, surely we usually have to do them on like Sundays because of people's work schedules.
Oh, well, I feel so popular tonight, y'all.
I know.
But I don't know. I'm going to continue reading it and see how. Oh, I also realized that I cannot read very much in this chair back here with this lighting at night because the lighting in here sucks so bad. I read better and quicker laying on my couch.
Yeah.
Because the lighting is better and like I'm laying down. And for some reason I read quicker when I'm laying down.
I do not. I will fall asleep if I'm laying down. Like this is my normal reading spot pretty much, where it's like this little corner right here with my pillows. Yeah. These are my Christmas pillows. I still have to take my Christmas stuff down, but like this is my normal reading spot right here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's because I shake when I read. Like if I'm holding something, I am not a steady person.
Oh.
And so if I just sit up and I'm like holding a book like this, like I shake. And so the book, like the words move. So I have to lay down and like prop my arm up. And I think that's why. I just read quicker laying down. So I feel like I should like transition to my couch where I'll get more reading done.
Yeah.
Ooh. Teddy, don't knock my computer down. I'm using a serial killer. Is that like a thriller or is it like a nonfiction or what is that? Would you stop rubbing your face against my computer, please? Talking to my cat.
She wants attention. Give her lovins.
You get enough attention. Yes, you do. Although I'd rather have you rubbing on my computer than licking yourself. You got any videos coming out this week, Jackie?
Yeah. So if I don't DNF this book, there'll be a review on it. This arc that I have. And then I have my second installment of my Try It Thursday.
Nice.
And I might possibly get to the book of the month vlog because that's after the arc. That's the next book I'm picking up.
Yeah.
So there's that. And I'm probably going to do my cooking video because I don't have any books that have recipes in them. So I'm just going to kind of like tweak it a little bit. And that Canadian boyfriend, I'm going to make butter tarts.
Okay.
So I might do that maybe Monday while we're watching the first Twilight movie because none of us like it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The Twilight movies are movies that, like, I loved them when they first came out. Like, I literally flew from Oklahoma to Utah to see Twilight with my best friend when it came out.
Really?
Yeah. And I watched it over and over and over again, and over 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 and over. But the more that I watched the movies, the more I hated them.
They're guilty pleasures for us. We will watch them, but the first one is by far the worst. So we usually tend to, when we have a Twilight marathon, we tend to skip that one. But every once in a while, me and Elizabeth like to do movie marathons. So we'll like do the Twilight movies. We'll do the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I recently introduced her to the Mummies.
Awesome.
But like movie marathons. And then she likes action movies. So she might do like a Mission Impossible with her dad because I don't really care.
I haven't watched a movie. The frick was the last movie I watched? Oh, it was Wicked. I was at my friend's house for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
And they turned on Wicked. So I think I fell asleep in the middle of it, though, because I'd already watched it in theater, so I already knew what was happening. That was like the last movie that I watched, though.
Yep, I saw Wicked. Took my mom for her birthday to go see it. I saw it. So.
Titty, do you mind? Stop. Girl, lay down. Lay down. Lay on the book. Although this has a show on Netflix, so.
Oh, is that the one with the chick from Stranger Things?
I have no idea.
Is that what it's based off of?
I have no idea.
Oh.
No clue. Didn't. Oh,
I think Elizabeth watched that movie.
Just realized it had a thing about it. So maybe if I finish it, I'll watch it. If I don't DNF it. I DNF'd the very first book that I picked for that vlog. Started off great.
Well, I've got this month, I've got 2 5-star predictions, and I have to do that video for it doesn't stop until I get a 5-star. So,
oh my God, Jackie, you're going to be reading forever.
That's why I'm starting it when I read those books.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jackie doesn't give 5 stars.
No, I don't. That's why it's just like,
Is it
I'm
going to
take you start 6 it when I pick those books
to
up.
do that vlog?
Yeah, but if I would have picked it up during my novella, I gave that thing 5 stars, but it's a novella. 5-star novella doesn't count.
I mean, it's 5 stars, Jackie.
No.
Make it count.
No, it doesn't. I base everything in novellas so much differently when I review novellas, like so much differently.
See, and it's very hard for me. I don't think I've ever given a novella 5 stars. Because it's just very hard for me to give novellas anything more. If I give a novella a 4-star, it's amazing. So.
No, William, her laptop is on a flat surface. Her cat is just rubbing against it.
Yeah.
And moving it.
Yeah, my cat's right here.
Meet Titty.
So she wants to be a part of everything.
Yeah.
Anywho, should we do another reading or reading?
Yeah.
Productivity.
I want to finish this damn thing.
We are trying to be productive.
Yeah, we're trying to get this done. I want to finish this fucking book. I want to finish it. So I have something to talk about my weekly wrap up on top of it.
Is it the first book you finished?
For this week?
Yeah. Hey, would you stop?
Yeah, tomorrow's weekly wrap up is probably going to be a very short video because I only had 1 book to talk about.
Alrighty. Let's do another 35 rounder, shall we?
Sounds good.
All right, get to reading. my God. It scared me, and I was right in front of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God. I've got fucking. Ugh.
Not finished yet, I take it?
15 more pages.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go. I have cat hair on my screen. I wonder who that's from. We're gonna go until you get it done, Jackie.
Yeah, we're finishing this fucking book, dude.
We're gonna
And
finish
then I'm gonna
this
get something
book.
to eat because I'm hungry. And I can't eat while I read.
Hi, Daffers.
Hi, Daphne.
I had girl dinner.
What I'm doing.
I had 2 pickles and a banana.
Kiddo. Lizzie. Lizzie. Will you fill us with water, please?
Like, I'm not super hungry, but I feel like I should eat something at least, you know? So, and then I was going to have, my sister brought me home. Well, I sent her money yesterday, and I was like, I don't feel like cooking, so pick us up something for dinner.
There you go.
She went home, Chick-fil-A, and I forgot that she had brought me home a peppermint shake. So it was in the freezer. And I was going to eat that, but it was a little too frozen. What was that noise, Teds? Did a big truck go by? Yeah, I did.
I am probably doing chips and salsa. That's what I'm doing.
Yep, that's me. Some days I just don't feel like eating, and I'm just like, what can I snack on?
Yeah.
Oh, I read a whole 28 pages. I made it to page 50 of my book.
My pages, I didn't read as much because they were jam-packed because they were all action sequences.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea what's going on in my book. This girl, like, she's from this poor kingdom, and so she is put into a betrothal with this prince from this rich kingdom. And she shows up, and she thinks like the ceiling is moving, and like she has these visions when she touches things, and I have no fucking clue what's going on in this book. I did not read the description of this book. All I knew was it had dragons, so I was like, well, don't fall off the table, Titty. That's all I knew about it, so no clue what's going on.
They're in the big battle scene. A lot of people, like, okay, so yes, all of this shit is caused. Yeah, I'm like the same way, Daphne. I got like 15 more pages in this book. All of this stuff and drama in this book was pretty much caused because Arthur fell in love with Guinevere and backed out on an arranged marriage. Okay, everything after that point was literally because of this one instance. Damn near everything. Every battle, every treaty, every backstabbing, all because of this. So now we're in the big battle scene, and all the guys, like the heads of state, keep just saying, "You're a whore lover. Guinevere's a whore. She paid, like, I paid her," and like just not yelling at Arthur, just bashing Guinevere the entire time. I'm like,
of course.
Jesus. Okay.
It's never the men's fault, Jackie.
Thank you. I just want one. Thank you.
I cut my finger, and it's got like a dried crap on it. Anyhow. Oh, I got one of my videos exported too.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's one I need to post on February 14th. So I got that done.
Look at you getting stuff ready for next fucking month.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't got everything finished for this month, but, you know, can get ahead where I can.
Yeah. Did you film your TBR?
No, I didn't film my TBR. It's too dark in this room right now to film. I need to I'll get it filmed. I need to figure out what I'm going to even put in my TBR. Like it's going to consist of like 3 books.
It happens.
Because Daphne's in a collab with me. Yeah. Here's my TBR of 3 whole books, everybody.
Hey.
That's so stupid.
I've got all the prompts written down. I just got to get the box of candy. So, and then if I have to create more prompts, I have to create more prompts because I don't know which size box of candy I'm buying.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh, you know what I could do because I'm focusing on just like one book off my physical TBR shelf? Maybe I just put more ebooks on my TBR.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, these are the ebooks that I would like to get read.
Yeah.
Whether or not I do, I do. I want to do a vlog in February where I read books by Black authors for Black History Month.
Well, there you go.
So I have a few of those downloaded. A couple of them are in series that I either need to finish or make progress in. So I'm hoping to get that done. And then who the hell else knows? Oh, I started listening to this audiobook series. Did you see my stories when I was sharing my reactions to it yesterday?
Yeah.
It's that series. It's so... What is going on outside?
Make your ramen. You have ramen.
It's so... It's like... It's not the best written thing ever.
You have ramen up there.
But it's highly entertaining. Yeah, but boiling water...
Just do it in the microwave. In your little ramen maker.
I could do that.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
I'm gonna go do that.
Cool. My daughter's trying to figure out something for dinner, and she's like milling around the kitchen. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what are you doing?
Just girl dinner it.
She's making her ramen.
Her
Her little concoction. She doctors the fuck out of it.
I hate... I had never had ramen before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend was she's like, you've never had ramen? I'm like, no, I've never had ramen because it never sounded appealing. So she gave me ramen, a bunch of ramen noodles, like different flavors for Christmas. I tried one. I about gagged. It was like,
so she doesn't eat just regular. She does her own mixes and stuff like that, her own seasonings. She doctors the fuck out of it.
It was not so much the flavor of it, that's the texture of it. It felt like eating worms.
Okay.
And I couldn't get past it.
All
I was
right.
like, no, thank you. I'm good. Oh, hell.
You want to do one more sprint?
Daphne's reading Iron Flame. That's right. What?
You want to do one more sprint and knock us out?
Yeah, I do. I moved to my living room so I could get more read. And I actually did. I got like 5 more pages read than sitting over there. So
I just want to get this done.
Maybe Daphne can finish Iron Flame.
There you go.
And you can finish your book.
Yep.
And I'll make progress on my book.
There we go.
And we'll just...
Sounds good. See you in a little bit.
Hold on. Let me start the damn timer. Okay, now you can go. here. How long ago did that go off?
Like a minute.
Okay.
Not even a minute.
Oh, Jesus, I went into the other room for a second. I'm like, oh, I got like 2 minutes. Nope. Did you finish?
I finished it.
Yay.
Now I'm just updating all my spreadsheets, trying to figure out if this will fit any of my 52 prompts. And the only one that's looking close that it will fit is features a magician, because Merlin appears in it, but he's more of a wizard. He's a druid. Like, he's not really a magician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I might have to.
I mean, I feel like wizards, magicians, they're the same thing, different font.
Yeah.
They're magical.
TBR bits.
Are you starting over with your 52 prompts this year, or are you just like continuing with what you did last year?
Oh, I'm starting over. They have complete new ones.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Hell, no wonder I thought I had 3 minutes left in this thing. My phone is like miles behind the actual live feed. That's why I was looking at my phone when I saw that. I made it to page 80 in my book.
There you go.
So I think she's like, I think they have to sacrifice somebody to dragon.
Sacrifice?
Maybe. I think she's like a sacrifice. That's what I'm getting. I'm guessing this dude has to keep marrying women to sacrifice them to the dragons so that his little island kingdom can prosper or whatnot.
All right.
That's what I've got. Because she's like, she's noticed stuff, and she like saved a little poor girl, and the girl was like, who's gonna save you? And then she interrupted their wedding, and she was like, it has to stop. And then these guards like, knocked her over the head with her. And she's like, what's that all about? And the guy is like, oh no, nothing, she's just stupid.
Oh, dear God.
He didn't use those exact words, but you know, he might as well have. So that's what I'm getting.
So I'm also taking part in Kaylani's little romance book challenge bingo thing. And there's a spot on here for TBR Vet. And this book's been on my TBR for a long time, but it's not a romance book. So,
well, does it need to be a romance book?
I don't think it has to be, but I think that's more designed for romance.
So. Jackie, you're making this too difficult for yourself. Just fit the damn prompts in where you can fit. Nobody's judging you for it, except for yourself. Yeah. Just make it work.
I'm just glad it's done. I gave it a good score, though, but I'm glad it's done.
Now you can move on to something else.
Yeah. Hi, friends.
Did you start reading our book club book yet?
No, because I was trying to finish this guy. So now that I'm finished, I'm going to go take a look at that arc and see if I'm going to even keep reading it, because I need to do the review tomorrow if I'm not. Or I need to DNF it tonight, because if not, I got to finish it and do the video.
Coda here was in my Booktubers Across the USA video I did. He's from Colorado, if I remember correctly.
I was the original Illinois rep.
You've been my Illinois rep for a while. I'm going to try again this year.
Did I give you an Illinois rep this year?
Last year? You were my Illinois rep. But you were my last minute Illinois rep, because my other Illinois rep never followed through. So
I don't remember doing that, but okay.
You did. You were there in. And I'm going to try again this year.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just glad I'm done with that now. Like, I enjoyed the book. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. Like, I don't want people thinking like, oh, you're like happier. It's a very long read but it's
How many
not long at
pages?
all. Like it's
No, it
only
just
420 something pages.
Yeah.
But it's just very densely packed with a lot of shit.
It's,
And turns out there's a fucking show that's
is
been
it?
canceled.
Oh.
So might go
Was it Merlin? Was that the show?
No, it was called The Winter King.
Winter King.
It was in 23. Like it only came out last year and it got canceled.
I never heard of it.
Probably because it wasn't very good.
But then again, I don't know much of anything either.
So yes.
I think I will actually finish reading this book and then I'll watch the show because, like, it's not like the worst thing I've ever read. It just reads very YA. Well, not like very YA, like a solid YA. But I swear this girl was like, did it say she was 18 at the beginning of this or 16? Fuck, I can't remember. That was 80 pages ago.
It was 80 pages ago.
I forgot.
So, I should do the Kiss and Spell book because our live show is what, next Sunday?
26th.
26th.
You've got 7 days to get it read.
Yeah. But I really want to read my other book of the month book. Or my Francine Rose.
In all honesty, I don't think you're going to like the book.
Really?
I think you'll probably give it like 2 stars.
Ooh.
It's just because it's a light, fluffy thing. It's nothing too deep or... I would say if you can listen to it on audio, listen to it on audio.
I don't have it on audio.
Yeah, I think you'd have to buy it because I looked all over the place and I could not find the audio anywhere.
Ooh, they're doing Beautiful Creatures. I really liked that movie. I wish they would have continued on with that series.
I liked the movie.
I liked the movie.
Did not like the book.
I didn't read the books, but I liked the movie.
I was so bored reading that book. I remember exactly where I was when I was reading that book. I was in a casino hotel room trying to finish that book. And because I knew it was a movie. And I wanted to finish reading it. And then, because we didn't have, internet, good Wi-Fi at my house. And so I wanted to, watch the movie at the casino because the casino had it on, its channels or whatever. And I was so freaking bored that I was like, screw it, I'm just going to watch the movie. And I really enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed the movie. I haven't read the books yet. I've always wanted to.
Don't try.
There's one YA series that I kind of wish I would have read. Don't do it. I can always go back and read it, but...
Are you enjoying it, Coda? I don't want to shit on it if you're, enjoying it.
We're talking about the movie.
Yeah, the movie was good. The books are boring, in my opinion.
I was behind... What? Apparently it's quite good.
Okay. As long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. Yep. It was just and it's like a four book series. I think it was 4 books. Yeah, it's like a 4 book series, I think. 4 or 5.
There was, I read the City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series. Yeah. So a funny story about that whole series. I have read the first book knowingly twice because I read it and then I stopped reading it for a while. And so I was like, I'm going to just, because I wanted to continue the series. So I was like, I'm just going to reread the first book. So I knowingly read the first book twice. What I didn't realize was that I read the second book twice because I did read the second book after I read the first book the first time. But apparently I didn't remember a fuck all thing about it. Don't even remember reading it. But as I'm reading the book for the second time, I'm seeing, I know this scene. I've read this before. What the fuck? How? So I went back in my little reading logs and realized that I have read this book twice. And so I was like, okay. So then I read the third book. And I liked the third book. Haven't continued on the series.
No, I only read the first book and I wasn't a fan, so I never continued on with it. Oh, I bet the audios are probably good. I really liked it for Jeremy Irons.
Oh, I love Jeremy Irons. Love him.
It was 4 books and novellas. That's what it was. Yeah, I really liked it for him. I love Jeremy Irons. Well, I don't love Jeremy Irons, but I'm a fan.
I love Jeremy Irons. I straight up watched he's not the reason I watched the Borgia show, because I really like the Borgias. The Borgia Pope, I love that historical fiction kind of stuff. But he was a big factor in why I continued watching that show. Him and the son.
Like, I feel like of all the movies in that like era, because it came out pretty close to Twilight, I want to say.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really well done movie.
I mean, it has Emmy Rossum in it, Jeremy Irons. It has the guy that played Han Solo in the Han movie, which he was a pretty decent actor. I don't know who the actor. I mean, it even had what's her face? Velma, not Velma. Is it Velma?
I don't know their names. Yeah.
She was in How to Get Away with Murder, and
shit, I don't know.
Oh, what's her name?
I can picture her. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's a big fucking actress. They had some big good names in that movie.
They did. They had some
they still
big names.
They just didn't. I don't know.
Emmy Rossum, yeah, she was on it. But I thought it was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't like super corny or anything. I liked the relationship dynamic in it because it wasn't a freaking love triangle.
Yeah.
I thought it was freaking great. I wish they would have continued on, and I would have.
Viola Davis. That's who the actress was.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, Viola Davis.
It came out 5 years after Twilight.
Okay.
But it was hella better produced than Twilight ever was.
Oh God, yeah.
My God.
Well, when did the second Twilight come out?
Just the visuals of it was so much better.
When did the second Twilight?
I have no idea.
Let me bring up my IMDb. It's an app on my phone that I abuse the fuck out of. Because I am that person. I'm like, oh my God, I know this. Why can't I think of this fucking actor's name?
Yeah, now you need to watch the movie, Coda. And people were like, it was like an unpopular opinion to think that movie was good back then.
I know. It was good, though.
And I was like, it was really good for a YA or a teen, like, love thing.
2009 is when the second one came out. Twilight.
It was, yeah. Now I kind of want to rewatch that. Now you got me wanting to rewatch it.
I know, right?
You're doing a watch along next weekend? Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. You're going to have to let me know if you like it or not when you watch it.
Okay, Beautiful Creatures came out in 2013. So
see, this is what I'm saying. Most people don't like it.
Yes. Oh, that's also who else it had in there. Yeah, it also fucking had Emma Thompson in it.
Yeah.
Like, it is like
all of those big names.
Yeah. Viola Davis, Oscar award winning.
I don't know
Emma
what
Thompson,
people's
Oscar award winning.
Like, what is their problem with
Irons
this movie? I want somebody to tell me why they don't like this movie.
Yeah. There's a fucking
like they could say, oh, it doesn't like make sense or whatever, blah blah blah. It made perfect fucking sense to me, and I only read
he was in this too. The younger brother from Yellowstone, the one with the hair lip, he's in it. Kyle Gallner.
I have no.
He was Larkin. Fucking forgot that he was in. I thought he was in Yellowstone. No, wrong guy. Thinking of the wrong guy. Thinking of another dude.
But yeah.
He was in Outsiders.
It annoyed me that people were like, this is such a bad movie. I'm like, are we watching the same thing?
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed it. Thought it was cool.
I liked it. I rewatched it a few times.
I thought it was classic and fun, and it had the romance in there. And it just didn't have a stupid freaking love triangle in it, I guess. It was witchy vibes.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I didn't continue on the Mortal Instruments series, but I really enjoyed the first film because Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was in it. And I was like, he was the best casting for Valentine. best fucking casting. I kind of wish they would have continued on with a film series of that book instead of a television series.
This is why I think this is why I liked the movie. Because, well, the movie is more, yeah, it's from his POV, but you get some from her POV. It's like a mix. But the books, yes, they were definitely from a boy's POV.
I should probably check them out then, because I
Which
usually
is
like the guys.
why I wanted to read them to begin with, because I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. But yeah, the movie is mostly from his POV too. And maybe that's why people didn't like it. Maybe they just didn't like a teen love thing from a dude's point of view. I don't fucking know. I'm team Beautiful Creatures movie.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have a read along of the Beautiful Creatures.
I am not reading those books, Jackie. I am not reading those books. No, sorry. Thank you, Bob. Mm-mm.
No,
I am not.
What about Twilight? Would you reread that whole series again?
No, because I got rid of all of my Twilight books except for the first book. I could reread the first book, but I have no desire to reread the rest of them.
I got an audiobook of so the Nightwalker series that we did the thing together.
Mm-hmm.
I got which one did I get? Ecstasy. That is the next series attacked after that one.
Oh yeah, I remember reading that book.
Yeah, I might be picking that up just because they're fun. They're like really easy reads, so but
see, I can't tell you if they stayed true to the book or not because I barely remember the book. Maybe that's why people didn't like it. Maybe it deviated from the book.
Maybe.
I don't know. All I know is I liked the movie.
I mean, I tend to get annoyed by that.
You can join their read along.
Yeah, maybe I will. I have to read the first book though, so maybe I'll put that on my next Thursday. So we're talking, which day is that? Thursday. Is that the 23rd or the 30th?
You'd have
next
to
Thursday is the 23rd.
Book
is that
1
what
and
we're
book
talking about?
2 by next Thursday.
I just listened to the audiobook at 2 without earbuds, and it cruises along. Okay, I can check out the audiobook.
Yeah.
Maybe do that.
There you go.
Throw it in there. You're like, I'm signing on.
Check out Coda's channel. He'll hook you up with a read along because I am not reading. I am not reading that shit. I know I was bored reading the first book. That's all.
I'll message you, Coda. I'll send you a message or find you and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Or watch along. On the 24th. I have bowling on the 24th, so I can't do that. I know that.
What's your Instagram again, Coda, so she can find you?
Yeah.
But yeah. I really liked that movie. Now I'm gonna have to go watch some like video things on YouTube to see why people didn't like it. Serious Book Club.
Serious Book Club. Mm-hmm. That's the Instagram.
I don't know. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to look at some videos on YouTube and see why people didn't like that book or why they didn't like that movie. Of course, maybe I shouldn't. It'd probably piss me off. I'd be like, you're wrong. Because even like the Divergent movies, which I liked the first one and the second one, I think Beautiful Creatures is even better than those.
I did not like the Divergent movies. Did not like them.
I enjoyed the first one. I liked the second one. Third one, trash. Trash.
Okay, I found book. I don't know. I think I can't find the right person. I'll find it.
Or you can message her, Coda, on Instagram. Jackie something something something.
Jackie Kennedy 103120.
There you go.
I think.
It is not First Lady Reads.
No, my Instagram is not First Lady Reads. Believe it or not, I couldn't have that name.
No, I bet.
I was like, that's some
Whenever I when I first like started interacting with you, whenever I would type First Lady Reads into YouTube, it would just bring up Michelle Obama reading books.
Yep.
It's like, goddamn.
Yeah.
This is what I want. Now it brings you up because I've like clicked on so many of your videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
Dusty Book Sniffers. There we go.
Okay. I will find you and look you up. Sweet.
But yeah. I'm trying to think what other movies like it was better than, in my opinion. Like Maze Runner movie. I thought it was better than that.
Never read the Maze Runner books, but I like the movies.
I
saw all the movies.
I think I only watched 2 of the movies. And like they were fine. And I do remember listening to the audiobook for the first book.
I did not read the Scorch Trials. I didn't like the Maze. I didn't read the books at all. I heard Ready Player One wasn't very close to the book either. Again, book didn't read.
I didn't read the book. I watched the movie. I vaguely paid attention to it. So that's stuck in my brain.
I can tell you one thing for sure, that Wicked is the bare bones of the actual book.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to read that book though. Love Maze Runner.
Hey, maybe I'll pick it for one of our witchy books. You never know.
No, I will veto that. I'm not reading it, Jackie. I'm not. I'm not.
It's like, nope, I'm vetoing it. Fuck off.
Like, I don't care if you're a member of this. I am the president. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. We're not reading it.
Fine. It's fine.
I read one of that guy's other books, and it was a struggle bus to get through. I was like,
Wicked was his first book.
I'm like, I cannot stand this guy's writing.
Yeah, it's hard. I keep saying I want to read the series. Ballot. I have not read any of the Hunger Games books. I have seen the movies, and I don't care.
I
don't care about anything in that franchise.
I'll never read this. I'll never watch because honestly, I was good with how the Hunger Games ended. I liked the movies. I really liked the books. In fact, I still own the books because I think at some point in life I will reread them. And the movies were they were good. But after a while, like she went so long between the third book and that stupid prequel thing that I was like, I don't care anymore. It's like Stephenie Meyer with Twilight. I'm like, I don't care anymore about these characters.
Okay.
Give me something new.
So Twilight, there's a story with that. I read the first Twilight when it came out. Like, not like was super, super hyped up, but I read it shortly after that. And it was the only book of the series that I read because it was so bad. I was just like, are you fucking serious? But then I saw the movie because my friend was a big fan of the series, so we went and saw the movie. Are you fucking serious? Like, no. It wasn't until the 10-year anniversary of them and she was releasing the Midnight Sun book, like actually releasing it. And I was like, okay. Turns out my daughter's biological mother was a big Twilight fan. Like, took my husband when they were married to go see all the films, like multiple times in theaters. So Twilight's banned in my house, by the way. My husband does not like watching it, can't tolerate it. That's a whole other story, but it's a really funny one. But I knew that she really liked him, and Elizabeth was getting me that age where she could appreciate them. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to listen to them on audio. Well, she zoned out in the car and stopped listening, but I continued because they're like crack. They're so bad for you, but they are fucking addicting. Okay? Straight up.
Okay, they're not that bad for you.
They are horribly bad for you.
They're not.
They're so bad.
They're not going to cause cancer, Jackie. Stop being dramatic.
They're crack in literary form.
They are just badly written crack. That's what they are. That's like the series
Crack.
I'm reading.
You just call them crack, dude.
That's like the series I'm currently listening to on audio. They are so bad. They're not the worst thing ever written. They're just not good literature, but they're like, it's like watching bad reality TV. You just can't help but look away.
Train wreck. You just can't take your eyes off of it. But so that's how I got a hold of the 5th book. I listened to them all on audio.
Yeah, by the time she released Midnight Sun, I am so past. I don't care. I'm like, where is the 2nd book in that damn Host series?
I have not read that one. Because
I'm like, you could have given us that, but instead you're just trying to get any fucking penny that you can from this already established series that you know people are going to be like nostalgic. So you're like, oh, let me just write it from Edward's point of view. And I don't care if it's better from his point of view. I already know the story. Okay?
There's really nothing new.
There's so little from his point of view that you could add to it for me to care.
Yeah,
it's just like, what's her name, Collins, with these freaking prequels. I don't give a fuck. It's like I already know how it's going to end because of Mockingjay or whatever that 3rd book is. Like, I already know where it's going. Mm-hmm. I don't need Haymitch's story. I know how it's going to end. Give me some fuck new.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It's like they can't come up with new ideas in their head to start like a new franchise that will give them the same amount of money. So they're just like, I'm just going to milk this cow until she dead.
Yeah. Well, like, it's kind of like fucking Harry Potter. Like, so many Harry Potter fans, all they want is the prequel of the 4 houses and how the 4 houses came to be. That's what we want. But that's not what you're giving us. You're giving us a fucking play. And, you know, don't get me wrong, the Fantastic Beasts things are great, but can we get how the 4 houses were designed and how they came about and all this other shit? Because some seriously gnarly crap went down, and I want to know what it was. Am I ever going to get that?
I watched I think I watched all those movies, actually. I tried to read Harry Potter. I just couldn't. I was like, really? Fucking teen wizards? No, thank you. I was such a Twilight girl. I was teen vampires, yes. Teen wizards, no. Couldn't do it. And
I was being Laurel K.
Now I'm just, I think she actually tried. Well, I guess. Wait, didn't Stephanie Meyer try to branch out too? She did that whole chemist book. And apparently it didn't do shit for her. So she's like, oh, I better stick to Twilight. I feel like that's what the fuck's her name? Is it J.K. Rowling?
J.K. Rowling.
Okay.
She wrote Harry Potter.
I feel like she branch out into something else too, like a thriller or some shit like that?
I have no idea.
I think she did something else under a pen name for thrillers, and apparently it didn't give her enough. So she's like, oh, let me stick with Harry Potter. It's just like, you could try other things until something sticks. You don't need to keep milking these dead franchises to death. It's like with movies, okay? I'm like, I don't care how fucking nostalgic I am. I get so tired of reboots and sequels and prequels. I'm like, just give me something new.
Fast and Furious should have been done.
Kill it. You don't need any more of that.
When he died, and they kept fucking going. They ended that series so well. They gave his ending so well. I mean, got Paul Walker. I miss him. I loved him. I loved him in those films. I was a fan of them. But when I saw that ending one, I think it's 7. I think it's 7 was the last one he was in. Oh. And that's when he died filming. 7 or 6, I can't remember. But the way they ended it on the beach, he's like, he's home. He's in his place. I'm just like, yes, be fucking done with it. But no. Now we're on what, like Fast and Furious, like 12, 10? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Way too fucking long.
Everything is. It's like, come on now. Yeah. Just because something gives you money doesn't mean you need to milk it for everything it's worth. Like, let it end. It's like freaking Outlander books. It's like, could you just let them die already? They are in their 80s, in the 1800s. Let them die already. I will be happy if you just let them die. You cannot keep dragging this out. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Like you would have to pay me a lot of freaking money to go see that new stupid Lion King movie.
Okay, so my
A
parents
lot.
saw the Mufasa movie. They saw it. And I was like, I'm not seeing it, so you just let me know. James Earl Jones does not make an appearance at all, even though I think he died
Isn't
shortly
he
after the
dead? I
film
was gonna
was
say,
filmed.
isn't he dead?
He is dead, but when they were filming it, he was alive.
Oh.
But they said that it's like there's one line in the very beginning of the film, like it's just a voiceover or something, and then they put like a in tribute memory to him.
But
Who's
who
whatever.
asked for that? Who was like,
But
"Oh yes, I want to know Mufasa's origin story."
they
You
said,
know how it's going to end. Why do
yeah.
I care about how it began?
Well, it's not so much Mufasa's origin story; it's more
I
Scar's.
don't care about him either. I know
Yeah,
how his story ends.
but see, I like Scar, and that movie already fucked up
Mm.
because Scar has a black mane, and that fucking tiger lion is never gonna have a fucking black mane.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did like The Lion King too. I'm not gonna lie.
The what?
I liked The Lion King too when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie.
The Timon and Pumbaa song, dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. That was hilarious.
Oh, I can't
I think that's
remember.
the Lion King 1.5. That's
Oh,
what
I
it
watched
is.
that too. I thought that was lame.
Yeah, I just like the dig a tunnel song.
But no, it's stuff like that was my favorite movie as a kid, The Lion King.
Oh,
And I was so excited to see the live action. I wish I could get my money and my life back from that atrociousness.
here's my thing with
And
the
after
live
that, I
action.
was like, nope. I saw Mufasa when I went to see the Wicked movie, and it was like a trailer for. I was like, who asked for this? Let it go.
Yeah, I definitely was Lion King was not one of my like favorite movies. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah.
But and the Broadway show is really good too. Don't get me wrong. It's
I
fantastic.
don't like musicals, and I actually loved that
That one's really cool. I
Broadway.
really enjoy
Yeah,
that
I
one a
loved
lot.
that Broadway show.
However, I don't know where I was going with this thought. Shit, where was I going with this? Oh, the live action Lion King movie.
Mhm.
I refused to see it because
It's awful, don't. It'll
all the
ruin your
original
childhood.
cast was still alive.
It ruined
And
my
you
childhood.
and you didn't bring I don't think they brought back hardly any of the original cast.
But
I'm like,
again, it was
annoying.
pretty much beat by beat the fucking cartoon. Only it wasn't as vividly colored. The voice actors weren't nearly as good. The facial features of these stupid CGI lions, what the fuck were they feeling? I don't know. It was like looking into a robot.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was so awful. So awful. Bye, Coda. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Coda. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And I'm just so over Disney and their bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
There is a movie they can make a live action of. I've already said it. The Atlantis movie. They could totally make a live action of that one.
I would watch it. I would.
I would. I think that'd be dope.
But
they could also make a live action of Road to El Dorado. That'd be fucking dope too.
I'd watch that too.
Yep.
You
Now,
know
they
what I'm
can't
not
get
going to
original
watch?
cast for
I
that
am
because-
not going to watch a live action of Lilo and Stitch. I'm not watching that. Not.
I have to take Lizzie to see that. She wants to see that one, so I'll take her to see that one.
I'm like, good God. Especially if it's a beat by beat thing for the anime. No, change it up a little for God's sake. Do something, add something to it. Like add something to the story that isn't already there. Like I didn't love the live action Beauty and the Beast, but I appreciated that they added some like elements into the story that wasn't in the cartoon.
Yeah.
I didn't love the
enjoyed that.
Aladdin movie.
Okay.
But I watched it.
The Aladdin one, I was a little about like you can't compete with Robin Williams as the fucking genie. There was no Will Smith, great actor, could not compete with Robin Williams as the fucking genie. it was not going to happen. The guy can act his ass off. He's funny. He's dramatic.
Well,
Like
I
he's
didn't care
great actor.
about that. I was just like, it was an okay version of it, but it wasn't like it wasn't the cartoon.
It wasn't.
I feel like that's what anybody could say about any of them.
Yeah.
Some of them can be good, but they're not going to be the cartoon because they're just so visually lackluster.
I have yet to see The Little Mermaid because I'm not.
I'm sorry. I've seen the fucking animals in that, and they're creepy as shit. That is what keeps me, aside from the fact that I just don't want to watch a live action Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I saw the freaking, and I'm like, what is that goddamn crab? That thing would give me fucking nightmares.
What they could do is they could make so they made Maleficent, but they could make a live action Sleeping Beauty, and that would be awesome. Okay, I'm leaving, but I gotta say, I thought Will Smith sucked in Aladdin. Thank you. You can't fucking compete with Robin Williams. You can't. You just fucking can't compete with him.
I feel like if he would have, I feel like he was trying to be that.
Yeah, and he's
and if
not.
he would have just, if he would have been a different type of genie, maybe he could have, it would have been more decent.
Yeah.
But he was trying to be that, and he's not that. He just needed to be Will Smith instead of Will Smith trying to be.
What he was doing was he was trying to rap Robin Williams ad libs.
Yeah.
Like most of Robin Williams. Oh my God, you can't compete with him. Yes. Facts. I like one song from Will Smith, and that's the Men in Black song. I'm guilty. I know that dance.
But I don't think it was the worst live action Disney has ever done. Of course, I haven't watched them all. I think they ruined it for me with The Lion King. That was the last live action I watched, and I'm just like, I can't do another one. I can't do another one of these fucking things.
I don't think Mulan was very bad, but it was. I know people didn't like Mulan because it wasn't the Mulan from the Disney movie. They told more of the actual historical story of Mulan.
Well, see, and that I could appreciate. If you're gonna do a live action,
I know people didn't
do something different with it. But I still, I still was like, nope, I can't do this. Because I felt like what I watched about it, it was like, ooh, Mulan was being, the feminist badass woman who doesn't need a man. I hate those storylines so damn much. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting love. Okay, she can be badass and want love at the same fucking time. You do not have to remove that from women.
I agree.
Stop with that shit. It pisses me off so much. I can't. Yeah. It's like I really liked the Maleficent movie because it took what the fuck is it? The girl who pricks her finger. What's her name? Sleeping Beauty. It took Sleeping Beauty, but it just told it from her POV.
Yeah.
Was it the best? No, not by any means. But I liked that they did something different. Like, if you're going to do something different, do something different. Yeah. You could have told fucking Aladdin from the genie's perspective. More so than fucking Aladdin.
That'd actually be probably pretty cool.
You could have done anything. It was so stupid. And for the love of God, don't do these ones where there's no humans involved. I don't want to see your CGI robotic animals in your lackluster, it's trying to be real. I'm like, do you really think I give a shit that it looks real?
Yeah.
I'm here for singing fish and singing lions. I'm not here for the reality of it, you morons.
Yep. Another one. Okay, so this is not a Disney. I think it was Touchstone or Pix. I don't know which one it was. They're all fucking Disney now, but I don't think it was Disney at the time. They could do is the Swan Princess. I would like to see a live action of that.
I loved the Swan Princess as a kid. I loved that movie. I rewatched it like a few years ago. I made my friend watch it with me when she was here. I laughed at just how bad it is.
I wanted the black dress.
Oh my God.
I wanted her black dress so fucking bad.
Like, I loved that as a kid, but oh my God, as an adult, I was just like,
fucking frog.
I was like, what am I watching right now? What is this? It's so bad. It's comically bad, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But yeah, I loved that as a kid.
I recently rewatched Thumbelina.
I vaguely remember watching that
The
as a
little
kid.
Thumbelina with the fairy, and I was like,
I vaguely recall that.
oh, I like Thumbelina. It was a good one. Giacomo, the bird.
Yeah.
Giacomo.
I feel like if they did like a live action Anastasia based off the cartoon, I would watch that.
I would, yeah.
But I think that would offend somebody. My God, they'd
Yep.
be like, "That's not the story of Anastasia. Anastasia's a real person." Blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever.
Well, that's one reason why people didn't like it in the first place.
I freaking liked it.
I liked
loved
it. I
That-
love the Once Upon a December song. I
yeah,
sang that song for a
I
contest.
freaking love that movie.
Yeah.
I want that blue dress. It was amazing. I love it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I had to think for a second, like, which blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are some movies that if they made a live action, I would watch it. But
101 Dalmatians.
they
Glenn
already
Close.
have that.
I know, but Glenn Close is 101. That was a good live action
That
adaptation.
was that,
Yeah.
and that was hella before they even started remaking the Disney movies.
Yeah, and because they used real fucking dogs.
yeah,
Yeah, like
it was like Tarzan when they remade. They had already done a live action Tarzan.
mhm.
Like when I was like 9 years old, they did one.
Yeah,
Well,
Brendan
like-
Fraser was Tarzan.
Oh no, they did one hella before that.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know which one that one is.
It was like it had a guy who was actually I can't claim this for sure, but he looked like he was like Indian maybe.
Oh.
But I freaking loved it. It was like a really low budget.
Oh.
But I remember like going to my brother-in-law's pawn shop and just standing in front of this like rinky-dink TV and watching it until like somebody came and picked me up. Because I loved it so much. But they had already done that, and then they redid it again with that one guy. What's that one guy's name? They did a Tarzan remake again with the guy.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did it again with him. And then they did it again. I'm like, how many times are you going to live action this damn thing until it makes you money?
I guess. Did you see the Dumbo live action?
Did I? I feel like I did.
I have not seen it, but I'm a big Tim Burton fan. But I was like,
I feel like I did watch it. I feel like I watched it once and it didn't stick in my brain all that much. Because I vaguely recall watching that.
Yeah.
There's been so many freaking Pinocchio live actions.
Oh God, I don't even
None
like
of them I
Pinocchio as
enjoy.
an animated movie. Okay, I fucking hate Pinocchio.
I do too.
I did not
because of
like it.
Pinocchio that I don't like whales.
I mean, it's not. It has nothing to do with the fucking whales. It's just fucking. I hate Pinocchio. He's a fucking jackass.
I don't like Pinocchio. But I watched multiple
I don't want to be a real
of those
boy.
live
I
action.
like the Pinocchio from Shrek. I like him because he's funny.
But I'm just like, good grief.
That's what we need. We need a Shrek from Gingy's perspective. Little gingerbread guy needs his own fucking movie.
Animated
Who's
though.
gonna
Don't
show a
live
movie?
action that bullshit.
Gingy needs a live action.
No, let's not live action that. That'd be terrifying.
Whatever. He needs a fucking movie.
I miss old school animated movies. I wish they would. I wish they would go back to animating them
Like
how they
drawing?
were done. Yes, drawing. Like actual freaking artistic skill instead of this CGI bullshit.
No, I agree. That's one reason why I was not on board when Tiana and the Frog, Princess and the Frog came out. Because I was like, really? This is dumb. Like, but I did appreciate the fact that they did it old school with the drawing and it resembled all the other princess movies. So I was like, okay, all right. And it took me until last year to watch it. And I'm like, this movie's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Movie's great.
I think it's just so much. I don't know. It's just more visually appealing.
They can do more stuff.
It takes more. I'm sure it takes longer,
Yeah.
but I feel like it would require more talent. You can make it more vivid.
You know what I really like? The Disney movie I really liked was Hunchback of Notre Dame. I loved that one. And one of the coolest things I ever learned about the Hunchback of Notre Dame Disney movie was that the big song that Judge Claude Frollo sings, Hellfire, Disney almost thought it was too dark of a song for a Disney song, especially when Esmeralda is dancing in the flames and
Mm-hmm.
you just see the outline of her body. I was like, thank God you kept it in, because that's like literally the best fucking song in that entire show.
Mm-hmm.
It is awesome.
I feel like they just don't make Disney movies dark anymore.
No,
like,
they don't. You
they
can't
used to be dark, and now everybody gets offended. They're like, "Oh my god, that's gonna
offend somebody.
hurt my children." Well, I'm like, your kids
Don't let your
can't
kid
even
watch it.
fucking read. Okay, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wish they would go back to doing that. I wish a studio out there would just start making movies, animated movies like that, and I would freaking love it.
Yeah.
That's why I think, like, I feel like it's probably unpopular opinion, but if they ever do make ACOTAR into, like, I'd be fine if it were animated, quite honestly.
Truthfully, I would love an anime of that.
Like,
Because
animate it, I don't care what you do. I think it would be better. Like, even if you freaking, okay, and this is really going to be controversial. I don't care if you AI generated that bullshit. I think it would be a lot better than actual human beings.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think so, because like the Castlevania series on Netflix, that animation, like it's old school anime, but it's like modernized. I fucking love that. That is great. Like I loved that. And then there's a Viking show, Blood of Zeus. There's a Greek historic one. I love those. And they're fantastic. Like I kind of wish they make ACOTAR into that, because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to sit here and watch this movie or show and constantly bitch and complain that the guy doesn't actually look like the guy I had in mind. But if you draw it, they all kind of look the same. Like all the AI interpretations I've seen of like Resand and Cassie and everything makes sense to me. When I see people actually dress up as him, I'm like, you look like
my god, that's terrifying.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Every time I see a cosplayer, I'm like, oh, this isn't.
They look.
You look like
you're
you're a dollar store version of it. I'm sorry, you do.
And don't get me wrong, like I know studio will have much better finances and everything like that, so they'll make it more look legit. But I'm seriously like, Outlander nailed it with Sam Heughan, because Sam Heughan genuinely looks like Jamie Fraser. Like that's who I pictured when I read the book. So I was like, I've got this. And also, he's fucking Scottish. He's a Scottish guy playing a Scottish dude.
Well, that's the thing, is that if it's a fantasy, and so everybody has their interpretation of what, you know. Even though she could describe him as like he's 6 foot something with bloody blood, this color hair and this color eyes and whatnot, everybody has a different interpretation of what that fucking looks like. And because it's not set in a real country, it could be like, okay, what does his bronze skin fucking mean?
Yep.
Where does he hail from? I mean, based on her map, it would probably be like Scotland, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
but
looks a lot
fucking people in Scotland don't have bronze skin. I'm sorry to tell you, they're pale white as shit.
Yeah, they look like me.
And so if you put that in a movie, people are going to be like, oh my God, he has bronze skin. You're whitewashing it. So you're never going to be able to make people happy with it.
Yeah, I'd rather it just be animated.
Yeah, like animate it, make them all look like, you know, something that is so unrealistic, as they should be, because they're fantasy and they're fae.
Yeah.
Whereas you put a human on there and like his jawline isn't going to be as chiseled, his muscles aren't going to be as big.
Yeah.
His wingspan isn't going to match up.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to be able to do that.
I love
to satisfy
adult
people.
animes. I think they're great.
I think it needs to look like something that is completely unrealistic.
Yeah, it has to be fantastical.
And
or even if they do it the way that they did, Netflix just released a new show. It's based off a video game, and everything is CGI'd. Even the people are CGI'd. They look like the the filming times of video games. That's what the whole show looks like. You know, when you play a video game and you have like the little like movie scenes in the video games,
Yeah.
it looks like that the entire show. Like you could do that too.
Yeah.
I'd be fine. I
Like, no,
personally don't
it
want that because that
literally
actually gives
needs
me
to
a headache.
look like non-human people.
Yeah, I don't. And also, here's my thing. I don't. It's going to sound really bad. I don't want an actor or an actress to claim possession of that character.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I just don't want that.
Well, and people are rude too. People are
Yeah.
especially in that fandom. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, you are not going to find a human person to portray that character in a way that somebody isn't going to get like pissed off about. Like, oh my God, she's too fat, she's too thin, she's not tall enough, she's not short enough, her boobs aren't big enough.
Yep.
It's
and
like,
if you draw it, you can draw exactly what the
yeah,
interpretation of
yeah,
the book is.
It's like, I hate AI shit. That shit looks terrifying and creepy.
It does.
But there's this girl on Instagram, she makes like AI like scenes from ACOTAR.
Mm-hmm.
I watch those damn things and I'm like, if you could do an entire movie to make it look like this girl makes it look, I would fucking watch it, even if it were AI.
Yeah.
Because
it really
looks fantastical. These characters don't look fucking obtainable, realistic at all. But they look good enough to how I would imagine the characters look.
Yeah.
That's probably a very controversial opinion.
Oh no, I agree. Like every time there's like people say like, oh, my dream cast of this characters, I'm sitting here like, I don't want any actor or actress to claim rights to this character.
What I hate about that is they're always like picking these characters who are like in their 40s and older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why are you picking these actors who are so fucking old?
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't know why, but like there are some characters out there, and I'll be honest, the Harry Potter franchise, I saw the movies before I read all the books. So I didn't have a problem with these actors like claiming rights to these characters, and they grew up with these characters. So these are their characters, the way they've made them, you know? But like okay, back to Maleficent, okay? Like when she made Maleficent, was she visually on point? Abso-fucking-lutely. Was that storyline pretty fucking cool? Yes, because it told Sleeping Beauty from a different perspective. But there are certain things that I felt like she should have paid homage to, but she wanted to make it her own. So they changed key dialogue points that take away some of her villainy and make her like, oh, I'm not that bad of a person. No, you fucking are.
Yeah.
You fucking are. You want to kill this baby because you were not invited to her fucking baby shower. Okay? That is why. She says on her finger, she'll prick her finger on a spindle of a spinning wheel and die. Not going to death like sleep. She will die. Why'd you have to fucking change it? I'm still bitching about that years later. It pisses me off.
Like, I liked seeing that from her, from that perspective, because it's like, yeah, it's true, you know. What's that stupid audio? It's like, we're taught to hate the villain and the hero, but really it's just whoever's point of view you're in. Yeah. Whoever's telling the story. But like, if you know how they end up, you can't just have them be like, oh, misunderstood, but then they still do evil shit.
Yeah.
Like, they did that. So we need to see how it goes from, oh, I'm misunderstood to, and they fucking went crazy. Like, it's like Cruella. I know. I watched that stupid thing, but I'm like, this bitch was not misunderstood.
Yeah.
There was nothing redeemable about her. She was skinning puppies. You can't make that redeemable. Yeah. I don't care what her tragic childhood backstory bullshit was. This is how it's like that stupid guy from the Hunger Games. It's like, you can't make him redeemable. We know how he ends up.
Yep.
I'm like, good God, if you're gonna do it, we need to at least see the progression to where they went wackadoo.
Yeah. I
And I
completely
think
agree.
that's just not.
Like
They
the
just want to make them all sympathetic, and I'm like, you
yeah,
can give me a villain who I can feel like, oh, okay, maybe I don't totally hate this villain, but they're still going to be a villain because even if you tell it from their side of the story, however the hero saw it, there had to be some truth in there somewhere.
yeah.
It's not just like, oh, the hero was totally making this shit up.
Mhm.
We saw their actions. I don't know. I'm so tired of it. I just want a good story.
Yeah.
But I wish they would do. I wish they. I'm not gonna lie. If they gave me an ACOTAR with humans, I would still fucking watch it, and I'd probably be obsessed with it. But
Yeah.
I would prefer it not to have humans. Quite honestly, I feel
agree.
like if they just did it, if they just dropped it, like tomorrow, if they were like, "Oh, here's your ACOTAR thing," I think that would be so much better than giving like clues to the buildup of it.
Yes.
Like, here are the actors we're gonna, and here are behind the scene things. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. You just need to put it out there
Yeah.
and not give people a chance
To argue
to
points and
hate
stuff like
about
that.
it every step of the way.
Yeah. Just drop it and be done.
Yeah. Just drop it and
That's
be like,
why doing it animated would be perfect because all you need is the voiceovers.
yeah.
And there are voiceover actors that, we don't even know their names.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of shitty because they're just as talented, but like we don't know their names.
Well, and most of them you don't know what they look like. So, like,
Yeah. So like they can't hate on you.
it's a lot easier to, because, we've listened to the audiobooks and things like that. So it's a lot easier to imagine what a character would sound like
Yeah.
and be okay with it as opposed to what they would look like.
Yeah. Well, like that audiobook I just listened to, Canadian Boyfriend, they're like, I wanted to give that book such a higher score because of the audiobook. But if I took the audiobook out, that book was only a 3. But because of the performance that the audiobook, the narrators gave, it was almost 5 stars for me because I literally could see Joshua Jackson delivering these lines. I could see the way he would deliver certain lines and the way he would move. Like I could picture that. I couldn't for her, but her shit was still funny and delivered well and timed well, but I could see more of him. So like it's sometimes better to not know what they look like and deal with them. Because that book, although it was good, it was only a 3 for me, but
Well, it's
Joshua
like,
Jackson made it a 5.
have you listened to the graphic audios for ACOTAR?
No.
Okay. How the guy who narrates Resand, not at all what I picture Resand sounding like. I imagine like Resand sounding much deeper voice and much like scarier, I guess.
I don't.
I
honestly,
don't imagine him sounding like how he sounds. How the guy who did Tamlin, that is how I imagined Resand would sound.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
Or even Lucian. I loved Lucian and Tamlin's. I'm like, damn, that's a sexy voice. And I just don't want to have that when I'm listening to Tamlin.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you need to play Resand because I like your voice.
Okay, here's another unpopular opinion. Like I know nobody loves Tamlin. Fuck Tamlin. Fuck him.
I totally don't.
But I want a redemption arc from that fucker.
Yeah.
I want a book where he gets his.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, like we could continue on with that. Don't give me a prequel of what happened prior to it. Like,
no.
How Under the Mountain even came about. Don't give me that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I want Tamlin finding his happily ever after. Mm-hmm. That's what I want.
Yeah. No,
and
I don't have a problem with Tamlin. Like I look at his character and I'm like, what the fuck did he do that was so much worse than what any of the other characters have done? Oh, he locked her in a fucking room. I'm like, and
okay,
I'm like, Resand is over here like fucking getting her drunk.
So she doesn't remember what's going on.
So she doesn't remember shit. And didn't he like break her bone or something like that? wasn't one of her bones like broken or something, and he had to like break it again to like fix it or some shit like that. I don't know. He did some questionable shit, and everybody loves him. I'm like, oh my god, he locked her in, and it wasn't that fucking bad.
It wasn't so much locking her in that pissed me off. It was from the first book to the second book, like. Okay, in the first book, he knew what she was. Like he had an inkling of what she was. So, but he gave her so much more freedom in the first book, and it was like, okay, now I've saved everybody, so now you're gonna take my freedom away. That was kind of the thing that pissed me off about it, and also what also was annoying about that with Tamlin is like
I feel like he was very passive in his. Like he could have done more in trying to help her
get through everything. But at the same time, he was also working through shit.
Yeah, like I think that's what a lot of people don't see is that he was going through his own PTSD. Like Rhysand went through his PTSD, Feyre went through hers, but nobody wants to give Tamlin his graces for going through his shit.
Yeah. But
so I'm like totally not a Tamlin hater.
Yeah.
I'm not. I didn't feel their chemistry when I read that book.
My big thing for Tamlin when I hated him is when the big betrayal happens. Like that's what set me up. I was like, oh, you fucker.
Oh, when he did that with
like Ryburn. That was because you knew like that hurt. But at the end, when he does his thing for her, I was just like, okay. I mean, I have a video of me crying at that moment. I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. And that's what makes me want to have him.
No, I think he did. I think he did some questionable shit, but he also did some things that helped her. Yeah. Much like Rhysand. He did some questionable shit, but he also did things that helped her. And it's like people are like, oh, Rhysand taught her how to read. Tamlin offered to help her learn how to read, and that bitch said no. Okay? Yeah. So there's another point that people make, and I'm like, no. He offered.
You just want to take it.
And she denied. He just didn't force it on her.
Yeah.
The way that Rhysand forced it upon her. So I'm like, I'm all for that. I'm like, yes, give that man. And my unpopular opinion is that him and Elaine should be together.
Tamlin and Elaine?
Yep. I can see it. Because, she's all flowers and bullshit, and he's Springcourt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get the Lucien and Elaine match. No. I want Lucien to find somebody. I don't really want it to be Elaine.
Lucien deserves better.
Yeah. I'm like, Lucien.
He deserves somebody who will look at him and be like, you. I want you. Not Elaine and her like, I don't really feel it. Like, no. You need somebody who chooses you.
Yeah.
Him and Vasa.
I have to remember who that is.
Jurian and Vasa.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that they're having like a threesome, and I'm like all for that. I'm not somebody who usually likes the whole threesome situation, but I'm like, I can see that. Lucien and Jurian and Vasa.
There you go. Yeah. All right, it's 9:30. I need to get some food.
Yeah, I need to get off of here too.
Yep. All right. I will talk to you later.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. Helping me get shit read. So.
Yep. I got a book finished. Woohoo!
All right. Well, I'll see you on the 26th.
Yep. Hopefully I'll have a book read.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't just close my computer. I need to end this live stream. I forget we're live sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in, anybody, and all the people who stopped by to say hello. I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to Jackie's channel, First Lady Reads.
Thank ya.
Good night.
Night.